round has moved in and brought those dreaded sinus diseases along with it. Joining me today is Katrina Zedan with the American Sinus Institute. Thank you so much for being here. What are some of the signs and symptoms of having sinus problems?
Sinus pain, sinus pressure, frequent sinus infections. When medications fail to work, patients end up in our office.
Because sometimes they don't always work. You're like, oh,
that's right.
My goodness, I can't take it anymore. How is American Sinus helping kick those sinus problems to the curb?
We do an evaluation on the patient. We do a CT scan. We fully examine them, and we look at to see if balloon sinuplasty would be the way to go.
So what kind of results are people going to see after this procedure?
Well, it's great because we have patients here to tell us exactly how they feel. The great thing is there's symptoms that people don't associate with sinuses, like the trouble sleeping, the snoring that people get, or the headaches. People think it's migraines and they end up being sinus headaches. So we're going to
you mentioned we have patients here today,
exactly.
And Mike is standing by with both of them.
Roland and Roland Navaira, by the way, married 52 years. That is absolutely wonderful. You were just a child, weren't you? So, anyway, back to the topic at hand. You had the operation, the surgery, Roland, right?
I did.
What was it like before you had it?
Well, before, I had a lot of congestion, a lot of sinus headaches, pressure.
Okay.
I snore like a bear at night, and
that he did.
Okay. No getting away from that one, is it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so
and
then,
I probably won't.
Now, after you had it and they took out all the packing and everything like that, was it an immediate just...
Oh, I could feel the difference immediately. I mean, I was breathing a lot easier. I no longer had the sinus pressure. I no longer had the headaches. I not any longer had to get up in the morning and rush to the bathroom to blow my nose. How
did it change your life?
I could sleep better because I didn't have to nudge him all night long because he was snoring. And I noticed that instantly. You know, I said, a day later, I said, you know what? I didn't hear you snore today.
And so one of the other benefits, I would assume, because you slept better, you're more rested, and you said he's in a better mood.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. I could tell in the morning the first thing he would do, run to the bathroom, blow his nose, and then all day long, I could tell in his facial expressions that he just wasn't feeling good, you know.
It's fine. I'm laughing because of the fact that she used to tell me in the morning when she heard me blow my nose, she says, "You're going to blow your brains out." I feel something stuck in there, so I got to get it out.
How long ago did you have the procedure?
I had mine back in January, I believe.
Okay. And then ever since then, it's just been fantastic.
Oh, right? No more headaches.
And about how long was the recovery period?
For me, it was like about 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
But I'm pretty good at it.
You're a new person, basically, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Are those results typical, Doctor?
They are typical. We have many patients that think, like I said, they have migraines and they end up being sinus headaches. We have patients that are breathing better now. And like you said, when they're sleeping better, they wake up with more energy and they're not so irritated or fatigued throughout the day.
Exactly.
So it makes a big difference. But the big thing is the sinus pain, the pressure, and the infections that patients get that they no longer get. So again, when medicine fails to work, come see us. We'd be happy to help you live a lot better than you are now.
Roman, what would you tell to viewers who might be unsure or scared to make that appointment?
There's nothing to be scared of. I mean, just if you're having sinus problems, make the call. I did. I mean, and I'm glad I did because I breathe a lot easier now.
And she's so happy.
Oh, yeah. And you're here. And a happy wife is a happy life, like that's what they say. So.
Another 52 years. So
it's worth it. I'll settle for 10 more.
Okay. All right, Roman, thank you so much for sharing your story. You too, thank you. For more information, you can call 225-5666. That's 225-5666, or head to AmericanSinus.com. All right, coming up.